All right, guys, here we are. This is the day that we start on the interior of the Calypso Clone, aka the People's Fox. So what I'm going to do is just take you around for the grand tour of the interior of the car so you can see what it looks like right now. And hopefully within the next few days or so, this thing will look a lot different. Guys, that's it. We're gonna go ahead and get the car pulled in and get started on this. Now today the game plan is simply to get most everything stripped out of the car and just kind of set ourselves up for success. I don't think we're going to be painting anything, dyeing anything, sanding anything today. One of the first things that we have to take care of though is the floor pans, because like I told you guys, they're starting to look a little rough. So I got Andrew over here with me today. We're going to get this thing in here and get it knocked out. Andrew's repping the PFO shirt.
I found it the other day.
Yeah. Pretty tight. I have to tell you guys about that one day. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing pulled in. So the lighting situation in my garage is not that good, as you can see. I'll set up a time lapse for you guys. I'll try to get some light set up in this car so that you guys can see what it is that we're doing.
Man, what's wrong with you, dude?
All right, guys, so we're going to take a quick break here from the time lapse. Well, actually, you're still going back there with the time lapse. This is our setup, by the way. What we're doing right now is Andrew is going to remove the dash pad. So these things are kind of easy, but they can be tricky. So one of the first things that you want to do is obviously drop your glove box over there, and then come over here and pull your vents out. Now, some of these, will be tighter than others. And then you're gonna have to come in, and there's two tabs right here, down here, that you guys will have. Mine are broken, so this just kind of slides out, but you'll pull these tabs up, and then this will slide out. And you just kind of have to get in here and fish around it. It's really tight back in here.
To get through here to it from this.
Yeah, but it can be done. What size were they?
9.
So they're 9mm, and there are 3 nuts on the back side of this.
One on either side of the vent, and then one down here.
You got one here, one there, and then one at the very end.
There's a wiring harness in the way of this one, so it's super fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, one thing Andrew wanted to let you guys know, best thing you can do is get a ratcheting 9mm. If you've got one, if you don't have one, and you can get one from a buddy, then do that, because otherwise it's a tedious process. As you can see, there's not a lot of room to move each time, and I don't think you're going to be able to get a ratchet back there. So yeah, so Andrew's tip of the day: get a ratcheting 9mm. Save yourself some heartache. And sometimes, guys, the stud will start to spin, so let's hope that's not what it is.
It's not.
That has happened before, so be mindful of that whenever you're taking these out, that it actually, let me just show you right here, the stud will actually spin on you if you're not careful. So what I recommend, if there's any way, get like some WD-40 with a little straw, and try to put anything on there that you can to help this out. Anyway, that's the layout of it if you guys wanted to see it. So, and then there you go. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get back to the time lapse. Hope you enjoy. Look, Andrew's leaving. Andrew's leaving me.
Adios.
Yeah, he wants to dip out before I show you this. He don't want to be around for it. So, all right, guys. Let me go ahead and just show you, I guess. Look at that. No rust. Ha ha. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, it is through in a couple of spots, and a couple spots down here that the rust is through. So, you know, it is what it is. Up here, it just has a little surface rust, but all of that seems to be fine. We pulled back some of the matting and looked, seems to be good. Right back here is the only problem, and the car sat for years. So the only thing I can think of is it, you know, sat at an angle, and you know, whatever water was leaking just ran through and sat back here. So it is what it is, guys. Now you guys are more than welcome to go ahead and say that was stupid of you to go this far with the car without looking, but to be honest with you, I did look. I crawled under the car and I looked at the floor pans, and I knew that it had some slight rust. I had no way of telling if it was all the way through. I mean, I poked on it and everything seemed to be pretty good, because there's only a few little spots that it's rusted through, so I couldn't tell. It seemed pretty solid. So it is what it is. You know what? This just forces us to fix it because we went this far with the car. It's just floor pans. It's not that big of a deal. As a matter of fact, what we're probably going to do is only cut out the section that we need to. Rather than cutting the entire floor pan out of the car because it doesn't seem to need it, we may just patch what we need to. But anyway, we got everything out of the car, so what we may do is, you know, go ahead and start painting on some stuff, scuffing things and cleaning them up. The only problem is we got to be really careful. After we do this, we don't want to scratch everything up in the process of waiting on this to get fixed. So we have obviously everything out of the car. So here's everything all stacked up and waiting to go. So this will all be the stuff that we'll be painting on and repairing. This side of the car is fine, so we don't have any issues over here. All that seems to be really good. Stay tuned for a video where I cover rust on these cars, common rust areas and things that cause rust on these cars outside of just your normal seals and gaskets and stuff. So stay tuned for that, because I really have a lot to say about that, to be completely honest with you. Now, these cars sit, and there's certain things that you need to check on them, and if you're not checking them, you're never going to know. Your car could be rusting out from underneath you and you never even know it. So this gives us time to go ahead and get everything out of the car, clean everything up, and you know, I'm going to put some chassis saver back here in the back of this because it's got some light, you know, this surface rusting. No worries, guys, the Calypso Clone will be back in business here shortly. That's the only thing we really got to worry about over there. Everything else looks good. I'll probably go ahead and start trimming the carpet out maybe tonight or tomorrow, so I'll use this as a template. We also have to get the steering column out of the car, so I forgot to mention that in the last video. I've had a couple people ask about it, and we absolutely will be changing the steering column out. We're going to take the one out of the white car back there and go ahead and put it in here, the old steering wheel that come out of the Retro Fox. So this steering wheel right here will go in that car. Really nothing wrong with the steering wheel. It looks pretty good. I just swapped it out for the new FR350 steering wheel and the Retro Fox. The steering wheel that is in the donor car is shot. It's bad. It's in pretty bad shape. So what we'll do is we'll just take the airbag out of it, dye it because it's faded pretty good, and stick it in this car. So should be all right. Stay tuned for the next installment of this. So there's not really going to be a lot to do in the process of waiting on this, but we will get it all started here pretty soon. But all right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this video up. And as always, thanks for watching. That's what we were dealing with right there, yeah. So that's why we chose to go ahead and just cut it out like we did.